Maria Prodan Bjornsson a fost, ca mulți alți oameni legendari, un geniu bântuit, un destin chinuit și un talent care s-a dovedit până la urmă distrugător. Mama ei, o femeie care vorbea 13 limbi străine, provenind dintr-o familie nobilă și manifestând o profundă ură față de comuniști, a fost forțată să fugă din România și să se refugieze la Londra, unde și-a crescut mulți ani fetița din banii câștigați ca menajeră și femeie de serviciu la BBC.
That was a thing for Maria when she was starting off. It was an absolute struggle to survive at all. She and Mia lived in a basement, and the refrigerator was tied up with a piece of rope because otherwise the door flew open all the time. She was epileptic. She was illegitimate, which was considered to be a terrible thing when she was born. She had a cleft palate. Everything was against her. And she was incredibly brave, but if you knew her, those things you didn't even think about them actually. It was that courage, I think, was what absolutely drove her as a designer as well. And particularly the relationship, of course, with her mother, who was entirely responsible for bringing her up, who had to fight against a million difficulties, really. She always blamed herself for being born, and Mia used to blame herself for having born Maria. So both of them felt guilty.
În această copilărie tristă, Maria și-a suplinit lipsurile imaginând mereu lumi minunate și eroi fantastici pe care îi creiona pe hârtie.
I think when you've had a really rough childhood and your only escape is to use your imagination, that never leaves you, and that can be turned towards being a gift. She dressed people up in extraordinary outfits with wonderful hats and shoes, even then, and she did large ones so that she pinned them up on her wall and they were almost life-size.
Și imaginația a măcinat-o întreaga viață, atât de mult încât până la urmă a ucis-o. Maria Prodan s-a stins așa cum a trăit, ca un erou tragic, brusc, într-un decor neobișnuit.
She was overworking as always. I mean, she really pushed herself physically to the limits, and she had a very mild form of epilepsy. She was tired and she had a bath in a big old deep bath, and she had one of these little fits and couldn't get out, so she drowned. It's just awful. It's the most terrible. I mean, it's just so cruel that happened to her, and such a waste because she was only 52, and of course it was the most desperate blow to everybody.
She didn't want to take the medicine which can cure you or can make you not have serious effects from this, but she knew that in fact that if she took these it might affect her design work, her drawings. She couldn't bear the idea of that because for her all that mattered was being the great designer.
Și a reușit, pentru că la 11 ani de la moarte ea încă trăiește prin opera ei și seară de seară la Her Majesty's Theatre din Londra e aplaudată minute în șir, în picioare, de peste 1000 de spectatori, iar cuvintele ei încă mai răsună în urechile angajaților.
We have lots of other sets that appear on the stage, and they're all very, very precisely what Maria designed. My job is to maintain that and to keep it like that, to make sure that what the audience sees is the show that Maria wanted them to see.
Regizorul de scenă, Stuart Arnott, lucrează de 18 ani la Fantoma de la Operă și a pregătit deja sala pentru spectacolul care urmează să înceapă peste o oră.
This set that the audience see when they first come in is long after the story of the Phantom has happened, and everything's very run down and very old. In the middle, there's the chandelier, which is what really kickstart the whole story.
When they remade one of the chandeliers, her name was put inside in a place where nobody would see it, just as a little tribute.
It's as busy off stage as it is on stage.
Și pentru că aici respectul față de românca Maria Prodan Bjornsson este imens, ni se permite să pătrundem cu o cameră de filmat în cel mai sacru loc al teatrului, acolo unde până astăzi doar o mână de străini a reușit să intre, în cabinele actorilor, în care sunt pregătite deja costumele de scenă.
This is the masquerade costume that she wears. This is for one of the scenes in Act 2, Don Juan. use lots of old textiles and things. And the embroidery gets done specially for us from a lady. She's been doing it for 27 years.
Costumele se schimbă o dată pe an din cauza uzurii, dar sunt aproape identice cu cele de acum 27 de ani.
Entirely we go back to her design, and if there's a little bit of, the fabrics change, and so we have to change them for that reason. But I know the parameters. When Maria was with us, over the years they changed. So I know what she would approve of.
Unele costume sunt însă atât de grele încât artiștii uneori se plâng de dureri de spate.
I think I'm gonna have to hang this up now.
În prezent, 3 interpreți împart cabina fantomei, prin rotație. Toți cei care și-au pus vreodată masca în teatrul londonez s-au pregătit aici, ajutați de câte 3 asistenți să îmbrace costumele complicate.
This is the Phantom masquerade costume, so he makes a very dramatic appearance wearing this on the staircase. This is his Chinese robe, and this is all made of antique Chinese pieces of fabric that we find and then pieced together. So it's always changed, this one, because it always is dictated by what we find. I think for the Phantom, his suit is probably the most important thing because it's his kind of second skin. And I think as soon as they put the suits on, they suddenly change their posture and they become the Phantom. And that's what they feel as well. So we pull them in and make them, put their shoulders back.
Ultimele retușuri de dinainte de fiecare spectacol se fac într-o cameră mică, încărcată de detaliile lumii construite de Maria Prodan Bjornsson. Aici se țin măștile fantomelor și tot aici se calcă atent costumul din mătase neagră al personajului principal, care se face la comandă de 27 de ani dintr-un material special realizat pentru el.
So that's Phantom's tailcoat. We have a little green mark in Act 1 and a little red mark for Act 2, just so we can grab them quickly because he has to change. He changes his jacket a few times to try and keep them looking as crisp and fabulous as possible.
Și toți sunt astfel gata să urce pe scenă pentru o nouă reprezentație a acestui spectacol care nu contenește să uimească.
For me, I think what makes it work is it's a perfect mixture of the music, the drama, the spectacle, all the elements that an audience want from a show are here in abundance.